Just waiting for my Facebook family, YouTube family, Instagram family. Welcome people as you trickle in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, hey gorgeous. I'm going to say Harry Bean. Hey Harry Bean. How are you, beautiful? I was waiting for a few more people to jump on Facebook. How is everybody? Karen. Oh, Karen Wheelock at Altensi. What a beautiful comment. Oh, bless you, Cotton Sock. You went up at 5 a.m. Oh my gosh. I love you. You're awesome. Thank you for joining me. If you do want a reading, please put your name in the comments and just put in that you would like a reading. I'll select people in about a minute. I'm just waiting for people to trickle in. Someone from Catherine. I love Catherine. I travelled there when I was a teenager with my school, and I have never forgotten the Catherine Gorge. That place is forever etched in my heart. Welcome, Veronica. Hello, beautiful. I'll just wait for the call to go out. Facebook user, you need to put a name in there because unfortunately it does not give me a name unless you put a name. It's a bit finicky. Before we begin, I just wanted to say hello, obviously. Welcome to the... Okay, we're at a cool number. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. The intention for tonight, because I can see there's some new people on here. Lisa! Oh, my God. So awesome to have you, Lisa. That's a sister from a very long time ago. For those that are new, what I do on these readings is I channel a power animal for you. How does this work? Well, you have many power animals. Everybody's got power animals. These are animals that have come and gone your whole life. You have plenty. There would be one specifically that would have swapped with what I call your spirit animal. That is the animal that is part of your identity. That is the animal you were born with. Your spirit animal never actually leaves. However, at some point in childhood, based on my experiences with clients and my own experience, at some point in childhood, this spirit animal moves to the background and a power animal comes to take its place. Why does this happen? Well, we need to adapt. At some point in childhood, we need to adapt. And because this spirit animal is us, it's our identity, it's how we navigate, it's the gifts that we use within the human context, we have to adapt. And so a power animal comes in its place, and it's usually a protection animal, as well as an animal that's been supporting you unconsciously, unfortunately, in this lifetime until now. So what I channel basically is as soon as I connect with someone, those who have had sessions with me know, it's basically on my right-hand side, there's a curtain that opens up, and there's usually a zoo there with one animal that steps forward because it knows it's the time for that animal. But there's always a zoo, meaning everybody's got plenty. So whether you believe in this stuff or not, you've got animals, believe me. That's just how it works. And this is just the journey that we have on the earth. Okay, so without further ado, let's see which power animal wants to step forward tonight. I usually go where I'm guided, so just bear with me as I pick a name. Yeah, Karen Wheelock Altensi, you jumped out. As soon as I saw your comment about 5 a.m., it just went bing, bing, bing. So just bear with me. It feels right to connect in with yours. Okay, beautiful. I will read any comments. If you do have any comments, feel free to, use this space to ask questions. But I will work with Karen's power animal. Let's see, beautiful sister. Who have I got? Oh, man. Whenever this type of animal steps forward, I'm always like, oh, gosh, here we go. Let's not freak her out. It's a spider, my love. Okay? So I have a big spider, and I'm being shown it's actually a huntsman. Okay? I was hoping it was a tarantula because the tarantulas are usually an easier pill to swallow because we don't have them in Australia. Well, specifically these ones. But no, this is a huntsman. Let's see what this huntsman has to say. And if you are freaked out by the huntsman, that's perfectly normal. And I'll explain in a moment. Let's just see what this huntsman has to say. Okay, awesome. So this huntsman actually says it's for the next leg of your journey. So it is not an animal you've had your whole life, as in it's not the protection animal that is usually the common one that shows up at the beginning. This is actually an animal that's choosing to journey with you moving forward. Let's find out why and what this huntsman actually has to say. Okay. Usually for like my relationship with animals is not necessarily what other people's relationships are, right? That's why I always tell people, if you've had an experience with an animal, don't necessarily go on Dr. Google straight away, because you're collecting into someone else's interpretation of an animal. So Huntsman for me is actually one of my warning animals. This is not what Huntsman is for you, my love. This Huntsman actually, right? It's a he, okay? He says he's coming in for the next leg of your journey. And he actually wants to support you with trust, strangely enough. He wants to support you with trust, as well as there is a part of you that really doubts in the animal realm, meaning there's a part of you that doubts that these, sorry, sorry. There's a part of you that doubts in the depth that these animals will go to support us with something, or to support us with a power. For some reason, this huntsman is going to have the edge with you, meaning this is a type of spider that you cannot ignore. This is a type of spider that can manifest in the physical and deliberately, right? So if it had been the tarantula, yes, they can manifest because it can be social media. It can be, in dreams. It can be on, on a tattoo or whatnot. But because this is a spider that actually manifests in the physical, this is why, watch what happens, because there is a relationship that will start to unfold. This is a spider that wants to support you with learning to trust in the animal realm, trusting in your own abilities as well. Okay, there's a real strength that comes from this spider. I don't know how much you know specifically about huntsmans. They don't have the same operation or way of being as, let's say, smaller spiders that need a massive web. This is a type of spider that, it owns its realm. When it grows up big enough, it owns its realm, and many other spiders don't take it on because of its size, as well as it's able to, get into small spaces without needing to exert much energy. It can flatten. It can do so many different things. It's quite flexible. And the thing is, it intimidates a lot of people. Yeah, it intimidates a lot of people. It has this presence. That's why from a very young age, most of us, including my own journey, it was, oh my gosh, kill the huntsman. Kill the huntsman. But forget the fact the huntsman actually eats a lot of the smaller spiders and a lot of the flies and bugs in your space, that it actually keeps the house quite clean. They're very well misunderstood. So coming back to this specific power animal for you, he wants to support you in learning how to trust. He wants to support you in trusting in your relationship with animals, because there's something that's going to open up for you. He's not telling me what, but if I was to give you a little bit of insight, and the story is on my website for those of you who want to have a look at, it was actually Huntsman that really opened my eyes. Like the lens just went like on steroids in the depth that the animals will go to deliver information, or to get me to look at something. Specifically for me, to get me to look at something. The depths that this animal would go was insane, that I could not ignore it, right? So for you, my love, this is part of what the animal, this specific spider, is wanting to teach you and awaken you to, is the depth that the animals will go to showing you something. I'm not saying warning, okay? That's not the energy I'm getting from this animal. It's not about warning, but about you trusting in not only the space that you live in, the people that you co-create with, but also to give you an indication of what you can trust within yourself. So what I'm being shown, right, this is slightly different to protection. What I'm being shown is, and I understand if this is going to be a little bit uncomfortable, because not everybody's, confident with holding spiders. And I'm not saying to hold one in the physical, but what I'm being shown is that, let's see where he goes. All right, in your hands. So when you have let's just say, a situation where you need to make a decision, a situation where you need to trust in yourself, or trust in your intuition, or trust in the information you're receiving, as in from your guides, or to, make a decision based on someone else's opinion versus yours. So what he's showing me is, imagine, okay? And remember, I've said imagine is really just you connecting with magi, which is wise man, magician. It's connecting with your own magical skills, right? Imagine that you are holding this huntsman, okay, he's a male, in your hands. You don't need to tell anybody you're doing it. This is just something you have access to, okay? Because there's a sacred agreement for him showing up right now. So you imagine that you're holding him in the palms of your hands, and you can actually ask him. Or what you can do is, if you can, it's up to you, whatever the situation is. It might be that you have to, verbally converse with someone. It could be that you need to, you have the opportunity to close your eyes and actually, connect in with him via, I'm going to say imagining in the visual sense. Whatever it is for you, he will show you. He'll give you an indication. What I'm being shown, it's really interesting. What I'm being shown is he's actually flicking one of his feet. Yeah. It's like an indication of something. Now, he's not going to tell me what, because this is something for you to explore. I know this is, I can just feel this is making you a little bit uncomfortable, but there's a real opportunity here. It's part of the trust, yeah? It's part of the fact that this happens to be that one of the animals that causes the most fear in frickin' people in this country. They're so misunderstood and so disrespected, especially children growing up don't have an opportunity to really embrace them for who they are, which is an animal here that's got a right to live. And, I made a post the other day on redback, same vein, yeah? Spiders are really misunderstood on the planet. It's part of the mind control in putting in our consciousness to have fear of these animals. But anyway, I digress. What I'm trying to say is, in those moments where you have something you need to discern, okay? Something you need to discern, I want you to imagine you've got him in the palm of your hands and just connecting with him. See what response you get. It could be a thought, and mind you, it's instant. When it comes from the animal realms, it's quite quick, okay? It's either a thought that comes from this beloved animal, or it could be a visual that you get of him doing something. But this is going to take a little bit of practice, okay? It's not something you necessarily get straight away and, oh my God, there it is, and I know what I'm doing. No, these relationships take work. Now, he's not been with you until now, so you've not really had an inkling of this power that's on offer. But this power is on offer for you, sister, which is why it's coming through right now. So if you've got any questions, feel free to message me. I'm always here to support people who are journeying with their animals. It is a new journey for you, so I honor you and thank you for being here. Thank you for getting up this early. I have so much gratitude, especially because you put in that effort, and this animal won't let you down. The animals don't let people down. You can ask someone like Lisa, who just said hi in there. She knows the power of these animals. These animals have our back. They have such sacred connections with us, be it the animals that are our companion animals. Man, have they got, beautiful karmic contracts or contracts to really awaken us in this lifetime and previous lifetimes to so many things. And so these animals that work with us in spirit, like our power animal, for example, they have just as much beautiful energy and support and depth that they can show us. We just have to be wanting and ready, to receive. So this is really opening for me. Thank you. I'm not huge on spiders, but I will connect with Huntsman. Yeah, I get that, Karen. I completely get that, which is probably part of why he's chosen to come in now, because it will open up something for you. It's usually the ones that come out of nowhere, meaning it's the animals that you least expect. It's not the one that, you just want to hug and, spend time in huggy-dovey and lovey-dovey and, feeling all precious like a bunny rabbit. There's so much on offer for you, sister. So explore that. Let me know how you go. If you need any support, just reach out, beautiful sister. Thank you so much for putting your name on. All right, let me find that beautiful second person. Bear with me. Catherine. It's funny, Catherine, you've actually jumped out at me. I know we know each other, but you've jumped out at me for some reason, beautiful lady. So bear with me. Let's just see, Catherine. Let's see who wants to come forward. Oh my God, sorry. There's just a whole lot. There's a real competition. Do you know what it is? It's the animals that have come previously, and then they're like revealing and then go back, and then revealing and then go back. So just wait for me. Oh, beautiful. Oh my God, you're going to laugh. Do you know what I've got? I have a little canary. I have a little canary, bless its beautiful little cotton socks. Okay, so we're talking a very small, like seriously tiny yellow bird. Now, the beautiful canary, as you all know, is a bird that loves to sing. Okay, it loves to sing. However, what's different with the canary is not only are they small, but from what I've understood with the canaries, because of this bright yellow, they sing this very unique song. Yeah, it cannot be compared to other birds. They have something, it's something about the frequency that they sing. I mean, all birds have a song, but there's something quite unique about the canary. So let me just see she's just joining you for this moment forward, beloved Catherine. So let me just see what she has to say. Okay. She wants to support you, okay, in your own song. Now, what I mean by that is there is a way that we use our voice when we speak. There is a way that we use our voice when we sing and hum. It's essentially activating the throat chakra to support the work that we do. There is something that you need to spend time doing in supporting this next level of your throat chakra. There's part of you that needs to start singing in a whole new way. What I invite you to do, I'm being shown, is go and listen to some YouTube channels of Canary singing. I know this sounds weird, man. I never know what animals are going to come through, but they're always deliberate, no accident, and they're very specific. And it becomes very vivid to me, so I can't ignore. So this Canary wants you to connect in with the Canary song. There is something about you going to sleep with this music. Okay, I'm being told. Yes, you need to actually go to sleep to this music, right? And it's going to support you in the dream realm. I'm being told I'm not meant to know what that means. That is something that will start to unfold when you do this. But there's something about this song and the frequency of this song that's going to support you in the dream time, my love. And it'll be very interesting to see what comes through because of that. So just find either a YouTube video, or maybe you can download some that you can put on your phone, whatever it is. But find a way to access a canary. I mean, you don't have to have a physical canary, but this is an animal that wants to support you, and this is the way that we can do it with modern technology. So I hope that's clear. That was a really weird one, but man, yeah, that's the thing. This is not just for one person. Yes, I'm reading this animal, but if something resonates for you, absolutely apply it to yourself. What's awesome with these animals, and when I say everybody's got a zoo, sorry, I got burnt. What I say when everybody's got a zoo, you really do have a zoo. So I can't tell you off the top of my head whether you do have a canary right now, but if the canary is resonating with you in what I'm saying, apply that to yourself. You will know, like it will either work for you or it won't, but what have you got to lose? What have you got to lose? It's not like the animal's going to reject you. And there are some times where, including myself, we're actually calling an animal that I've never worked with before. If they want to support us, they will do it. They will do it. Or there'll just be a weak signal and nothing will come through. And that's happened to me as well, because you can't force a relationship that's not for you. So absolutely, if this resonates, Rachel, please go ahead and do it. Beautiful love. All right, Catherine. So I hope, beautiful soul, that made sense for you. Let me just go through. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I didn't see that one coming, but I love this little canary. No, I know. That's the thing with these animals. I never know what's coming, let alone for the people. And when they're like left of center, I'm like, oh, okay, this is really cool. Let's see where this goes. Because it's not like I do those ones. They're not like the common ones that I do all the time. All right. So if anybody's got any questions, please do feel free to ask. I'm always here to support people. And what I was also going to say, I don't know if you saw my last live, but I shared a very profound experience I had regarding the dragonfly and the divine masculinity within. Everybody's got, if you don't know, everybody's got a sacred feminine and a divine masculine force within them. For most of us, it's dormant, unfortunately. We've got a distorted feminine and a distorted masculine. And what I mean by that is, even though we've got these energies, we are all carrying traumas from our childhood, from our lineage, from generations, from the way we've been brought up. And then this starts to emanate in our life. And then what we call in our relationships are as well distorted because they'll mirror that, okay? And this is why it's been so hard for us in these times to find balance. Because if your feminine and masculine are not in balance, and this is me included, guys, this is for everybody on the planet. If you don't have these energies within in perfect harmony, which mind you is freaking impossible probably, but it doesn't matter, you can still aim for it, then it's very difficult to get into a state of balance. And so what I was shown with the dragonfly is there is an energy on offer right now for everybody on the planet to anchor in a divine masculinity within. So that can then manifest, and I pray that can manifest within the men of the world, as well as in with the women, but for it to manifest within the men, I mean, I don't need to tell you that's next level. Men stepping into their warrior, men stepping into their heart in a whole new way, men taking action of the heart, men listening to their intuition and honoring the feminine, because for a divine masculine energy to be embodied, they have to also honor the sacred feminine within and the sacred feminine without. So there's got to be the respect for the feminine and honor for the feminine, and a real balance between the two sexes. So that is what's coming, guys. Honestly, that's what's coming. And that's what I shared last reading with the dragonfly. So please do go and watch that, because they're very, very blunt with the messages for me. And when I feel called to share them in a public way like this, it is for everybody. Yeah. I might be delivering it, but I can guarantee this is for every single freaking person on the earth, and it is on offer. Now, the way that I accessed that for me in that moment was through what it happened to show me was an impact, was through it's actually on a bike track, a bicycle hitting a dragonfly to the point where it was damaged to beyond what I thought beyond repair. But that is what is needed on some level, shock therapy, to shake us of whatever we've been conditioned to feel or behave or do in our lives. But it has to be an impact nonetheless. The tower moment in the tarot, lightning strike, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a horror movie. It just has to shake us to the core for this energy to start to be felt. And can I tell you, when you feel this sacred, this divine masculine energy, you can't describe it. It just feels like a fire that's impenetrable, where nothing can interfere with it. And you step into a level of a warrior that is doing it for the world, but it's not doing it to control anything. It's doing it to stand up for what's right. And that to me is a warrior that's centered from the heart. And that is what essentially I tapped into with this divine masculinity within. I'm not saying I'm a freaking warrior. Yeah, I'm a warrior, but that's not what I wear in my face. But my masculinity inside has tapped into a warrior energy that is sacred. And it is freaking empowering, guys. It is freaking empowering. So I invite you all to go there. If there's something that you're struggling with, please explore that. Don't suppress it with whatever you have until now. You know, for me, it was food. I fast now 3 days a week. I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying for me, it was food. That was my addiction. I knew I needed to take action to compensate and support my emotions so that I didn't have to fall for the addictions that had controlled me for most of my life. So for me, it was, you know, looking after my food. For many, it's sex addiction. You know, if you're have this desperate need to constantly have sex, which is a very common theme with men, and bless them, I honor them. It's tough to be a man in this life. What they're doing is escaping from the emotions that's on offer for them to step into their divine masculinity. You know, whether it be alcohol, whether it be cigarettes, whatever it is for you guys. Seriously, no judgment. We've all got our own journeys. But look there, don't avoid it. There's a real opportunity, and you're not in this alone. And you know what's awesome is the work that we do individually seriously affects the collective. Even if you don't believe in that, what have you got to lose? There's a thing called the domino effect. There's a thing called the 100 monkey syndrome. There's so many different scientifically proven evidence where one person, monkey, whatever you want to call it, affects a greater number. From what I've understood, the healing that we do, and this is from elders that I've spent lots of time with, and people who spend time with Indigenous communities around the world, the work that we do heals the last 7 generations, and the work that we do prepares the healing so that we don't have to pass this on to the next 7 generations. Wouldn't you want to do that for the world? What if you're here for that? You know, what if you're here for that? Well, there's a real opportunity to do that, and I invite you all to do it. All right. Sorry, let me go through and see if there's any comments. Welcome, beautiful people. Oh my God, I love you all for being here. Hey, Helene, Rachel, Damien, you're asking about the spirit animal. I actually don't do the spirit animal on these readings. I just do the power animal. Like I said, the spirit animal is you, okay? It's not an animal that you have to work with per se. It is a part of you. It's part of your identity. However, for most people, they don't know who this animal is, so it sits in the background. If you do specifically want to know the spirit animal, please reach out to me, because I do readings separately for that, because there's a much more in-depth process for that. The power animals I do because I can just explain who that animal is, and then the connection's there. I love Huntsman Spiders. I love that. Susan, sorry I couldn't do a reading for you, my love, but I do these every Tuesday. I've seen yellow, especially yellow flowers, all day today. I love that. Welcome to the solar plexus. That is power, my dear. Power, power, Damien. Hi, sister. I would love a reading if you haven't already picked everyone. I have no idea who you are, Facebook user. I'm scared of redbacks. Rachel, I honor you for sharing that. Do you know what? Like I was saying, there's a real conditioning for us to feel a certain way about these dangerous animals. Feel free to go to my recent post about the redback spider that actually supported me. It was a couple of days ago. I have so much respect for these dangerous animals. Yes, I understand we have a fear of being bitten or stung or hurt. That I understand. And not only do I understand it, I witness it within my family. I witness within my friends, and I'm working with my child, one of my children, one of my twins, through that because he's been conditioned by TV to feel that way. If you were to look at the relationship that we've had for, I'm not going to say millions, thousands of years, we were in a state of balance or harmony with these dangerous animals. There was a respect and an understanding that if one of these animals actually stung you, bit you, attacked you, that there was a reason, there was a teaching. I'm not saying that it's good or bad. I'm not saying it's fun. It's not like somebody probably volunteered for that consciously, but there was a reason nonetheless. And so what I invite people to do is, if you are really scared of these dangerous animals, explore what that feeling is. Are you just afraid of being stung, or is this possibly something you were raised to believe? Because if you can come to a place of respect, like I'm trying to teach my children, then the animals will not sting you. The animals will not. Seriously, they will actually warn you of things like this redback does with me. The female redback is one of my favorite. Why? Is because she is the animal, one of the animals that stops me in my tracks. When I say she stops me in my tracks, she literally stops me in my tracks. If she shows up, I stop what I'm doing and I see what boundaries do I need to put in place right now. Not in 5 minutes, not tomorrow, right now. This is an animal that is warning me that if I do not put in a boundary, that there are consequences not only for my energy, but for many sacred things that I work with, okay? Because I work in many different ways. And the work that I do requires me to be diligent with my protection, diligent with my energy, and diligent with where I give and what I take, etc., etc. That is all about boundaries. And that's what we're here to learn, guys. That's what we're here to learn, because then we can co-create with, I'm going to say most people, but with a place of discernment and boundaries. So if the animals come in to warn us, which everybody's got their own warning animals, but specifically female redback is most of the time, I've yet to come across where she's not. She is a warning animal to alert you to putting in a boundary ASAP. And it's not for you to get scared. Absolutely not. It's actually there to empower you. And that's why I love it. Because when she shows up, I can take action and I'm fixed. Yeah. If she hadn't shown up when she had, I would have actually gone into a situation that manifested then and there, like literally within the hour. I would have gone into that situation without that boundary in place. And the situation would have been completely different. I would have been zapped. I would have been psychically attacked without my awareness because I was vulnerable. Honestly, I was vulnerable because at the time I was tired. I was tired, and I was working really hard with my twins. I've got 7-year-old twins, and they're freaking exhausting. Okay, so I don't always have my, I'm going to say my hackles up. Yeah, as you know, you dog people know and your cat people know, when you got your hackles up, you're on alert. I don't always have that, and I shouldn't have to have that. But especially when I'm with my children, I can get distracted. But man, do the animals step in to alert me if I need to know something. And this is what I'm trying to show you, that there's a much more sacred relationship we can have with these dangerous animals where we don't need to come from a place of fear. And do you know what? And this was told to me very early on, and I completely resonate with this from one of my beautiful animal teachers, that when you have a fear of something, you call it in. You call it in. You're putting a signal out there that says, I'm afraid of you. Bing, bing, bing. That animal will find a way to come into your awareness. And that is not necessarily to hurt you, bite you, or do anything. You've just put a request out because you're emitting a signal. So what I'm inviting you to do, people who have a fear of something, a fear of a dangerous animal, see if you can come to peace with that. Explore it. Yeah, you're more than welcome to reach out to me because I do work on this one-on-one, but give it a go. Yeah, give it a go. And you'd probably find that one of these dangerous animals is one of your team. And that's why it gets under your skin. But that is a separate conversation for another day. All right. Karen about the Huntsman. Yay. Connect with the Huntsman. Keep me posted, lovely lady. Facebook user, I love spiders. Thanks for sharing. Rachel, these messages always are messages for me too. I love that. I love that. Yeah, I'm channeling for one person, like I was saying, but it could be for many other people on the live. And that's why I do these, because these animals are very specific. So I trust in the sacred tapestries in how things unfold. For those that have sat with me in circle, I used to run women's circles and I'm looking to run again. For those that have sat with me in circle, I always explain whatever comes up in circle, whether it be one person's sharing, whether it be one person's trauma, whether it be one person sharing a story that had occurred to them, there's a teaching or there's a relevance or a synchronicity that is relevant for other people in the circle. It's just how sacred energy works when we're in harmony with intention. The same happens in ceremony. The same happens when people gather together with an intention of supporting each other. Yeah. So that's what these lives are essentially that. I keep this in a sacred container. You know, I call in protection before I do them. I burn some Palo Santo and Copal before I do them. So it's a space that is held sacred. So synchronicities do happen. So I honor you. Thank you, Rachel, for sharing that, beautiful lady. Any animals that help with toothaches healing? Might sound like a strange question. Nope, that's not a strange question, because there's animals that can help with anything. Yeah. If you're struggling with something, I can guarantee there's a power animal that will support you with that. I don't want to do a full reading, but let's just see if there's an animal that will support you with that. I'm actually being shown, funnily enough, I'm being shown a small spider, jumping spider. Okay, jumping spider. What I invite you to do is to, it's weird, man, but I'm going to honor it. This is what she's saying. You can put it on your tooth. Not a physical jumping spider, but imagine you've got a jumping spider on your tooth. Okay, I'm being shown something. Okay, quickly, when my beloved Tala, when she was very sick, the last days of her life, it was actually a jumping spider that kept her alive a few weeks. And it was a jumping spider that stopped her from dying through the night. And I saw this jumping spider jump on her body and literally do this all over her body. It was jump next to her, and she would not get up. This is my dog on her last weeks, for anyone who knows Tala, remember Tala? And I was witnessing this, and I just knew that Tala would make it to the next day. It was just in time for an operation that was scheduled for a Monday, and this was like the night before the surgery, and she could have died. Honestly, she could have died. It was a hot night. It was like everything was against her. Yeah, I was laying by her side, and I had faith that she would make it, but it was hardcore. Yeah, like her breathing was tough and everything. And when I saw that jumping spider, I knew there was magic afoot, and that spider just did something in the way that it moved its feet. So that's what I was shown to tell you. So absolutely, Rachel, that can help you with the healing. All right, my love. Thank you, Will. 7 generations, absolutely. Husnay, had a centipede in the toilet. I haven't seen one for more than 10 years. You know why I love centipedes? Again, dangerous animal, misunderstood. Centipedes are all about moving energy, but moving energy in a really, the way that I was shown, moving energy that is not just energy like that affects you in this reality. I was shown that it's moving energy in a multi-dimensional way. So there's something about you having an awareness. Okay, thank you. There was something about having an awareness of the way that your energy is affecting other dimensions, as well as it activates. And it highlights that there's been an awakening of next level of consciousness in relation to the way that you work with energy. Yeah, this is what they showed me years ago, and I love centipede for that. All right, Diane. Hello, beautiful wise woman. Di, you're beautiful. Welcome, beautiful. Elle from TP. Welcome, Elle. Elle will testify. In sacred spaces, magic happens when people get together. There's many synchronicities and teachings that happen when people with intention come together. Rachel, I've told children that bees sting if they feel scared. Absolutely. Spot on. If you're scared of bees, it's the same concept. The bee knows that you're afraid. You're putting out a signal. The bee responds. Yeah. Bees, seriously, of all the animals that people are scared of, and I understand because it's, people do have reactions to the bees. But the thing with bees is they embody the ultimate community. They embody the ultimate in working with sacred and very, I'm going to say deep connections with what Mother Earth has to offer in transformation into honey. They have so much to teach us. And so if you can come to a place of balance to observing bees and not being afraid of bees, they will show you stuff. 100% they'll show you stuff. They show me stuff. They show my boys stuff. They show me magic, basically. We'll just keep it at that. So if you can push past the fear of bees and come to a place of respect and acknowledgement, the bees will show you stuff. I promise you. They're incredible. Dragonflies and butterflies everywhere, and I'm in everywhere. You said it. You said it. I mean, yes, people can say, oh, it's because of the heat, or it's because of the climate, or it's because it's the time for them to appear. Does not mean they need to be literally in front of you, okay? For them to be literally in front of you, for you to see them, okay? No coincidence there. Yes, they're having their own journey. Absolutely, they're having their own journey, but the timing is always deliberate if it's caught your attention. Yeah, for it to come into your awareness, it's for you, or it's for the person you're with, or it's for the people you're with. Yeah, they don't do things by chance. We'll do beautiful. Les, the best thing you will ever do is get a one-to-one with Dahlia. Oh, thanks, Les. Where will you be running them, Dahlia? Oh no, I do them personally on Zoom, my love. I used to do these in groups in the physical, which I so miss, but can't do them at the moment. So I also do group ones on Zoom, but I've stopped them for the moment because I've had to reallocate my time because I'm doing a lot of other work. So one-on-one at the moment, my love. So just message me if you would like. I asked my husband to gift me that for Christmas. What are you referring to? A huntsman? What are you referring to? I'm more than curious to know what that present is. Thank you. Oh, Rachel, thank you, beautiful. I adore bees. I was allergic to them as a child. Yeah, there's another lovely lady that's allergic to them, and I honor people who are allergic to them. I will actually share. I know someone who's so special to me who also had an allergy to bees, and she got caught in a situation where she couldn't escape a whole lot of bees, and she had to push through the discomfort of the reaction she got. Now, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not saying I encourage people to do that, but she went into a complete mind battle, if you will, and she overrode the symptoms. So anything's possible, guys. Anything's possible. I'm just saying that. Yeah, there's so much more to that, but I just wanted to say, oh, thank you, Husna. I love you too, beautiful. I was referring to the one-to-one session. Oh, thank you, Karen. Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'm here to support people. Gift a private reading, Karen. Oh, got it. All right. Thank you, beautiful. Let me just check if there's anything on Instagram. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining me on Facebook. Who have I got here? Oh, you guys are beautiful. Welcome to all my people on Instagram. Sorry, I couldn't do a reading for Ben, love. You can message me, or we can do one next week if it aligns. Sorry, I'm just checking everyone's comments. I didn't see that one coming, but I love this little canary. Yay! That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. This live makes my day. Oh, thank you, beautiful. I love that. Just here to open the world up to people who just have forgotten. That's all. We've all had our journeys, guys. This is for everybody, not just me. And I'm just here to remind you, I'm an artist and draw a lot of birds because I'm really scared of birds. Wow. That's an interesting thing to have. I can almost guarantee, yeah, okay, sorry, they just whispered in my ear. I can almost guarantee you had an experience at some point, and if it's not in this life, it would definitely be in another life, where as you were dying, it was the birds that came. So thank you for sharing that. And the fact that you draw them means you're wanting to push through it. The more that you spend time with the birds, the more they'll support you with that trauma, and you can actually ask for it to be healed. Don't have to carry this stuff anymore. You know, the other thing I was going to say is we're at a time where we can clear stuff like no tomorrow, and I'm in no tomorrow. Why? That's because where we're going. You know, like I was talking about this divine masculine energy and the sacred feminine as well. It's allowing us to heal stuff we haven't been able to heal our whole life. So if you do want to heal stuff, go there. Yeah, explore your traumas. Explore what makes you feel uncomfortable. Explore what comes up. Your body will show you if you've got pains or you've got illness. Your body's trying to show you what it wants you to focus on so that it can be healed. Yeah, listen to what you're being shown, and you won't sit in it for long. You know, I've taken this on. Those who know me, I've taken this on as a personal thing ever since I woke up properly. Why? Because I knew what's on the other side of that. I felt it in my bones that humans have got potential that is dormant because of the shit we carry. The shit we've inherited and the shit we carry and the shit that we constantly create if we're not conscious with our decisions. And so it's up to each individual person. And especially in this time we're being pushed to look at things differently so that we don't have to experience the crap, the story, the dance that's playing out there that's traumatizing most of the world. We don't have to experience it. But do your best to stay grounded as much as possible during these times, because it's very easy to fall off kilter. Sorry, I'm just making sure my boobs aren't showing here. Sorry. Do your best to stay grounded in the times we're in, because there's so much coming at us, yeah? Social media, I don't know how many of you watch the news, but social media, people in fear, there's so much disinformation out there, but it's actually affecting people's fields. And I'm going to say it for what it is. If you step into that warrior energy, you become what's called a demon slayer. I'd like to say that with 100% conviction. You sign up to become a demon slayer. I'm not saying it's a big, scary monster demon. No, I'm not talking about that, but we all freaking carry demonic stuff. We've all had to go through that. That's part of the dark side that we all have to shift, you know? So there's no judgment. But when you really step into your power, you can take things on without fear, and then you can start to support others in doing that as well. So stay grounded, guys. It's a shit show out there. Oops, sorry, I'm just looking at the comments. I encountered a brown snake and had 4 dogs with me. I was sure one of them would be bitten, but none of us were harmed. That says it all, my love. Thank you for sharing that. That says it all. The animals are very deliberate, even when, unfortunately, even when one of our beloved companion animals are affected. You know, nothing happens by chance. Nothing does. There's never a coincidence between what our companion animals do and wildlife does, or another dog, you know, whether there's a dog attack, a cat attack, nothing is by chance. And it's all communication at the end of the day. It's all communication. It's all up for us to explore. Most of us, unfortunately, either refuse to or don't want to or are unconscious of it. And no judgment. We're all coming into our awareness of this. But thank you for sharing that. These animals don't have to sting us. They don't have to bite us. They certainly don't need to scare us, okay? It's up to you whether you want to explore that beautiful souls. After last live, I had a really massive Huntsman Spider above my front door for a couple of days. And since then, spiders keep popping up. And the kookaburras. I love that. We can talk about that, my love, why you've got the Huntsman Spider revealing itself. We've talked about spider. All right, thank you so much. I haven't been on Facebook as much lately. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That energy comes through social media, and it's insane. Yeah, it's insane. But thank you so much for being on the live with me, guys. I honor every single one of you. I have so much gratitude for your support and so much gratitude for you wanting to show up for yourself and open yourself up to this realm, yeah, because it's part of your birthright. And I'm here to support you guys in doing that. I really am. As well as take this stuff into your own life. Don't just come on here and watch me and pretend it's just entertainment. Take this into your own life. I really encourage you to do that, because things will open up for you. Synchronicities will open up for you. Magic is real. Magic can be used for good or bad, but it's freaking real. And the circus that's playing out there wants to zap you of your life force. There's many things you can do to stop that from happening, so that you can be fully present, so that you can support the children that you have. If you have any, you can support loved ones. You've got to be present. You've got to be grounded to be able to do that from the best space. So I love you so much. Have a beautiful night. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Like I said, reach out to me if you want to. Here to support you guys. Take care, guys. Bye.